What it looks like. 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 4 is 8, 8 plus 8 is 7, 7 plus 7 is 5, 5 plus 5 is 1. This is the secret of the universe, that little infinity. Now, we were talking about balance, right? I said if you can get this part down, you can start swinging this little pendulum closer to your 9 simply by following the instructions that the universe has laid out. Well, what are these instructions? We talked about this being passion and desire, this being laziness, this being harmony. The number 1, that is love. That's that feeling of love. So the universe says, hey, if you can have that feeling of love, that's the first key to having balance, okay? So you have to have love. What else do you have to have? Sharing. Love and sharing. What else do you need? You need to have a path or a guide or a direction. What do I mean by this, number 4? You have to know where you're going in life. You either have to have a higher power, you have to have some motivation, you have to have a purpose, right? That is your number 4. So you have love, you have sharing, you have a purpose or a path, right? Then what do you have to have? The number 8 is the feeling of home. If you have these first, you have to have somebody to share all of this with. You have to have a community. You have to have people around you. We are social creatures. So the secret is the love, the sharing, a purpose or a path, that feeling of home. And then what do you get? You get balance. 7 is balance, right? Balance isn't just one-sided, because balance, as I said with enlightenment, balance can have stress involved. Why is that important? Stress is something that helps initiate or stimulate growth, right? If you don't have a little bit of stress or pain or suffering, there is no reason to stray from that 6 point, that tamas. There's no reason to not be lazy, right? You have to have that motivation, that small bit of pain, a reason to sway off of that point. That's what your number 7 is. You'll notice, look how close it is to that, right? This is the laziness. This is the that point it's sitting there. Hey, this is your little balance. This is giving you a reason. This is the inertia that's toggling back and forth. If you did not have this balance, even if it's off balance, this would keep flying out forever, right? There would be nothing to stop this. If you got sad, it would just keep going and going and going and going, right? Same thing over here. If you didn't have this little sharing, which is sharing or give, if you were just getting super excited and hyped up and did not have an outlet for it, then that would just keep going and going and going forever and ever. So this 2, that 7, that's super important in this process. All right, the last one on here is what? That's your 5. That is the person itself. This is your self, right? Because at some point you have that sense of self. And if you work this right, the concept is at some point, if you can balance things out, you get enlightened to a point where you're above that sense of self. You shed your ego. You don't worry about attachment and stuff that you have or attainment. It's just you're okay. It's what it looks like. 1 plus 1 is